Yes, yes, and we're back one more time with ESQ-Astro. Thank y'all for tuning in. Again, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Just gonna get into the shuffle. We're gonna keep it real raw today. Build up to 7 and see what it do. Hope y'all having a good day. It's a little rainy where I'm at, so I guess it's cool. It's a little melancholy, I guess, in a way, but good to get the rain, I guess. Keeping it cool. Otherwise, it'd be like 90, which I don't have a problem with. But some people just don't like the hot weather. I prefer about 80. That's my chill point. So, but yeah, getting into the read today. Again, this is for the collective here at ESQ Astro. We do things Egyptian style or Kemetic style, where we build up the pyramid. We use the Egyptian deck, okay, and then we use the gods of Egypt to clarify whatever the reading is saying by the end when we get to that top one card, okay. So, in mind, body, and spirit, we come out with the first card, the star in reverse. Okay. So this is the second day in a row that the star is coming out in reverse, and at this point, it's coming out the first card in reverse. So definitely saying a lot. Somebody could be reserving their power. Somebody could be, again, contemplating an opportunity that puts the star power back out there. So, uh, planning, you know, seeing how things align. Sometimes we have to wait for certain points to get uh, passed to see what we need to do next. And I would say that's kind of what this is representing as well. Okay. Next card coming out is the death card in reverse. So yeah, there's some type of rebirth here with somebody's star power. Somebody's um, definitely seeing things from a different angle. Okay, so with the death card in rebirth, again, that's always definitely talking about rebirth. But again, with rebirth, there's also a death. So it's just the opposite of the death card upright, which means death and rebirth. This way, it means rebirth and death. Okay, so that means for something to be reborn, something has to die, something has to be let go of. And there's definitely something in the balance. Whenever the scales appear, we just know that something's in the balance, whether it's again in the upright or in the reversal. Next card is the Magician reverse. Wow, dominant reversal reading today. I was not expecting that. They all looking in the same direction though. So again, reversing things may be the only way to correct things or to keep things in balance or to renew things. So we'll see. Next card is the Emperor in reverse. So yeah, this is definitely saying something deep about things that are in the balance of changing around, or somebody that's totally uh, in a rebirth and has I don't know. It looks like maybe somebody's kind of falling back, from a situation, not injecting as much as they may have in the past. That's why there's kind of a rebirth to almost reset, and everything coming out in the reverse. There's definitely been a change that has been noticed. Okay. Next card. Yep, the High Priestess upright. Okay. So what the High Priestess coming out to clarify that star card and half of the death card. I definitely want to say that it looks like some type of spiritual enlightenment will definitely be coming in or has come in to kind of enforce this, excuse me, this particular lineup we're seeing here in the first row. You know, um, and again with the death, there's a rebirth here. So as the other readings were uh, saying, this could be an old relationship coming back, or somebody that can actually put you in tune with um, some type of particular knowledge. But it's somebody that I would say either you've known before or you'll meet them through somebody you know. Okay, if you don't already know who I'm talking about. Okay, or if they're not already present, I should say. Okay. Now, next card coming out, we have the Chariot upright. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely some movement through this particular alignment. That enlightenment is coming in from the High Priestess, um, which I believe is turning things around in this particular way for the motion to be uh, back in order. So we'll see what cards come out next. Next card is the Fool in reverse, which is continuing to come out throughout the whole week. You know, Fool in reverse again. Somebody's becoming the wise man. Uh, somebody's considering a journey, which is again a wise man standpoint. You understand, and with that coming right out after the motion card, and at this point just a dominant reversal reading. I would again say somebody's becoming wise when it comes to the decision that has to be made or the decision that they've made. And again, this is counsel from a high priestess, from a higher source, from somebody who influences this star energy. Okay. Next card coming out, we have the Moon in reverse. Okay. Yeah, so something could be hidden, you know. There could be things again that will come to light with this full moon coming up on Sunday. Um, and like I say, things could be hidden. The stars coming out reverse, the moon's in reverse, the high priestess is in between the both, you know. So the high priestess actually could have some knowledge of, I guess, these hidden things, or these hidden things could be what you're actually getting counsel and direct influence on from that high priestess. But she definitely can see what's in the dark, whoever this high priestess is, and again, maybe in a place to reveal that. So yeah, next card coming out is the Judgment in reverse, which has been coming out in reverse all week. So yeah, somebody's judgment is changing, or being upgraded, I would say. Especially with the last two cards coming out in reverse. At this point, total dominant reversal reading, only two upright cards so far. So hopefully we get a upright card at the top, which will give me a lot more clarity. Me personally, just as I've been playing the guessing game, the last few readings have been kind of on point. I would either say the Tower is going to come out next, or maybe the Hierophant. Yeah, maybe the Hierophant, or maybe even the Temperance card, because that's been another card that's been, popping out here and there, letting us know that somebody's kind of going back and forth as far as being balanced or being in that hierarchy space and tempered on the ground where they can, balance and measure things correctly. Okay. But yeah, that Judgment card in reverse again, plus the Death card. I definitely think something's at play where there's something in the balance. Okay. Top card is the Strength card. Oh wow. Okay, so I was off today, but Strength is definitely a good card, and that is the upright to come off at the top of the deck. Um, yeah, this is, I don't know. I think this is giving somebody their star power back, but in a different way. Again, that Fool is playing in there, so there's a wise element here with the Fool and the Emperor both in reverse, plus the Magician in reverse, and they're all kind of connecting to clarify each other. So I would definitely say, you know, um, the choice is yours, but like I said in the other reading, whatever choice you make is going to be the right choice. As long as you are making the choice that you know is right for you. You know. So bottom of the deck, yep, Wheel of Fortune upright. So can't make this stuff up. Somebody's stepping into some serious power, I would say. Okay. Wheel of Fortune coming up out at the upright, at the bottom of the deck after the first card comes out in the reverse. Yeah, somebody's star power is being reserved in a way, I would say, but being analyzed in a place of rebirth, reserving your magic, or again, watching other people use their magic. And again, the Emperor in reverse is just again, that person that's in that position of making that decision, a businessman who sits and stands on solid ground, but again is uh, wise in his seat and counsel, and is able to make decisions regardless of what counsel says. So that's where we have to be, I would say, by the end of this week with the full moon coming. Again, something's going to be coming to light, because the main thing is that the high priestess here, she's got all the info. There's only 3 upright cards out of the whole reading, except the bottom of the deck clarifier. So that's 4, but still dominant reversal. So somebody's transmuting some energy. Even with the magician in the reverse, you could be reversing somebody's magic based upon certain actions or spells or rituals you may be doing. Again, we are in harvest season, so this is a great time to do it. And the full moon is especially this full moon. I believe it's a blue flower moon. This is the blue moon, but it's a flower moon. And that just means like that the moon is pretty close to Earth, and gonna be pretty big. We'll be able to look at it just like we would look at a flower. But yeah, the blue flower moon is definitely gonna reveal a lot, especially for people who have been in denial. This is definitely gonna be a time to, just wake up to some things where you may have been in denial and need to accept things for what they are, so that you can make better decisions to eliminate these things or correct them in any way that they need to be, whether it's cutting back on stuff or just cutting stuff out. All right. So we're going to clarify with the gods of Egypt. It's pretty good reading today, too. Yes, between yesterday and today, I would say somebody is back on their or about to be, Again, some of this stuff hasn't happened for you yet. But again, you may be going through the trials and tribulations that are making you ask why. And I believe that question will be answered soon through the additional trials and tribulations that you may have to go through. But the main thing is that there's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding coming in from the high priestess. And see, them last two cards got stuck. So I'm gonna stop right there because I believe that's saying hold up. First card over. Yep, skill in reverse. Okay, and that's the Ptah card. Okay, so again, we got a lot of dominant reversal energy. Again, Ptah. You switch a couple letters around, you get the word path. Okay, and that's what a skill is. A skill is a particular path for you. So when we look at the Ptah card, we look at a path maybe opening, okay, in the upright, but when it's in the reverse, again, there's a change here that says, there's a possible closing of a path and an opening of a new one, or one being considered. I would definitely say, okay. So the main thing is just to know that, if a path closes, a path opens, and so nobody's ever left stuck unless you just put yourself in that mindset, because I believe everything is a mindset. And if we get in a stuck mindset, then we'll be stuck, or we'll feel stuck, and we'll not make the necessary movements to unstick ourselves based upon us looking at one particular path and maybe not seeing other pathways that are available. Because you always have many options. It's just about what do you consider an option. So some people don't have the capacity to consider certain options because they haven't live certain facets of life that others have, and I wouldn't say find comfortability in, but it's like you can only be used to what you're used to, So if you've always lived in an apartment and then all of a sudden you move in a big ass house, you're gonna live kind of small for a minute. You're gonna live kind of like you were still in that apartment for a minute, I would think, unless you just came into a whole lot of money or something and just could kind of splash the place, you know what I mean? But, that's just my thinking, But the main thing is, again, you never know what you have until you have it. They say you don't know what you have until it's gone, but I say you don't know what you have until you have it, because when it's gone, I mean, you know what you had, but you don't know what you have until you have it, you know. And again, you can only deal with things accordingly based upon your experiences. So, new experiences are supposed to open those new neurological pathways and new ways of thinking or change in perspective. So we just have to be open to it, you know, or we could really play ourselves out of position. You know what I mean? Bottom of the deck. Yep. Alchemical force upright. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely higher power at play here. The card under the alchemical force card is the reverse of resourcefulness. Yeah. So yeah, this definitely could be, like I say, big change of fortune for somebody, you know, or information coming in that uh, allows somebody to make the correct decision that opens up the path that they're not seeing, which is going to lead them to the wheel of fortune. But all in all, it's going to give them back their strength, their power, and put them in a better place of reasoning when it comes to these fortunes that are coming in and what they need to do. So just like I was saying yesterday, wise money management is definitely going to be in place, especially if you get big lump sums of money, you know. And that's very possible with the month of June coming. As many people have been putting out there, you know, I'm going to enforce it. You know, I'm not going to reinforce it in any particular way, but I just want to let y'all know June is a very, very lucky month, especially when we get around the 7th through the 14th. That 7 day span is seriously charged. So, you know, I would tell y'all to mark that on y'all calendars. Tune into the reading that day, on those days, because I'm definitely going to be dropping a few things. I'm going to do a special full moon reading for Sunday to get us started for June 1st, which starts on Monday on a moon day. So this moon day is a money day. Again, moon and money is the same origin when you talk about etymology. So when we start talking about moon, we talking about money. But when we talk about money, we talking about current. When we talking about current, we talking about water. When we talk about water, we talking about emotions. Okay, so all that is what moves, you know, which is why I keep water, you know, on my bedside. You know what I mean? Always refresh for the ancestors. You know what I mean? And when I get a bigger space, they'll have a full on, you know what I mean, set up so that, you know, they have um, lots of water and not just any kind of water. Okay. So I won't get deeper into that just yet, but yeah, we definitely gonna do some special things around that full moon. Set off that week with a nice projection for the week, but definitely tune into that full moon energy. Again, moon and money play hand in hand, so the moon in reverse, wheel of fortune upright. Something's being changed with the current, you know, and this could be a change in emotion and just feeling as well, based upon these judgments that are at play, you know, and the decisions too that have to be made. But there'll be enlightened decisions based upon this high priestess card coming out, and then the chariot right after. You know, that'll give a reason and explanation for movement. Or the moves you need to make to activate all this to get back in your power, get that wheel, close a path, start a new one, and end up in a place where again that path of alchemical force is what you're ultimately getting. Okay. And this is going to reverse your resourcefulness, which was the next card under there. Just meaning that making that move is going to put you in a better place than where you are with resources. And again, the all the reversal cards are saying where you're at now. The end of the reading is saying where you're going to be. Okay. So we start here, we end here. So y'all check out the short. Let me know if y'all resonate with a comment. You know what I mean? Like the video, share the video if you resonate. If you don't, still share it. And then, you know, everybody subscribe to the channel. I need the subscribers so that we can get the numbers up and really get out there in the algorithm. Getting some nice hits on my shorts. But if you're not watching the read, then I guess you know what you're looking at. So hopefully the 100 and so people that are watching my shorts are getting the true understanding from the reading, or being able to see what I'm saying without having to hear me. So that's another reason I do it too. We got a lot of people out there clairvoyant, and again, a lot of card readers out there. So y'all know what y'all see, and y'all know, again, I do everything right here live on camera. So it's no card tricks, no funny business. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Let me know if y'all have any requests for any other type of readings. I do have other decks. I just don't, I don't get too complicated. And since I've been doing tarot, this has been the most basic system I can get to specific answers, without being confused. So to me, the more cards, the more confusion. That's why I only use the God's deck to clarify. Sometimes I use it to do, reading. I think I've done one so far. And sometimes I do that a lot for myself based upon things that are going on. But yeah, let me know if y'all, again, resonate with the reading, or, like any other type of readings. Just put it in the comments. But yeah, this is the read. Y'all check the short if y'all want to get the overview. All right. Peace.